Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Bhonesh.
Okay. So should I start now? Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. So the agenda of today's meeting is to basically have that kind of understanding in DSA where most of the people are struggling in like round one or screening down on online assessments of different companies. Majorly for the product-based companies and startups which are like having the vision of becoming unicorn or already a unicorn. So they are asking really good questions on data structure algorithms. And in some companies, like people are having live coding ground also, where they don't have to just tell the logic, they have to implement the whole program end to end, and they have to run it also with different case cases provided by the interviewer. So nowadays, the bar is going on like a higher side. Earlier, there was days like in data engineering, the only the easy question was or easy to medium question was asked. But nowadays, even I have experience in some product-based companies and startups. I've seen people are asking lead code hard questions also, and they are asking it very casually, like it is a normal thing for them. So today. Basically, I'm not going to teach you what is array and that kind of things over there because I'm expecting these are the basic things you have already covered in your college days or maybe after college, passing out from college after 1 to 2 years when giving interviews and all. So I'm assuming you have gone through that kind of things. So what I will tell you basically to simplify the process. I will tell you what kind of patterns you can see in DSA problems so that it will be helping you. Because if you see the coding platforms like lead code, Porsche code sources, there are like thousands of problems. And even if you consider like only 700 problems of lead code, can you mute? Yeah,
सही
even
है।
if you consider
कुल
700
मिला के एकदम ब्लैक
problems.
एंड व्हाइट वैसे ठीक है क्योंकि इसमें तुम्हारे बहुत ज्यादा नहीं आएंगे। सही है, ये भी सही है।
Akash, can you mute yourself? You can mute him, Monish. You have the access to mute him.
Okay.
Oh,
Even if
yeah.
you consider 700 problems, like you are planning to solve 700 problems on lead code. So if you're solving like two questions per day, it will take 2 years to solve. So basically, there's no point of solving a lot of problems on lead code. Basically, you have to follow some patterns and you have to study those patterns and you have to solve the questions which are evolving around that kind of patterns. So we will quickly see those kind of patterns. So basically, arrays, very famous topic which is asked even in Uber or Apple or Google. So in array, you can have this kind of patterns. One is sliding window and another one is two pointer. So whenever you are having this kind of keywords, subarray, contiguous, or window of size k, where you have to find some like something which is mathematical, like sum or maximum, minimum, something like that. So you should follow that algorithm, which is related to sliding window. And if you are having sometimes like sorted array, pair with sum or remove duplicates, these kind of keywords, you can solve it using two pointers, maybe uh, slow pointer, fast pointer, like that. And if you see this in next slide, we have dynamic programming. So in dynamic programming, basically you have to find some sub problems and you can solve it using top to top, bottom, or bottom top. Depends on the situation and it is like how good you are in recursion and like that. So basically, you can define a recursive function and you can memorize it using 1D array or 2D array. And you can observe this kind of keywords like having maximum, minimum, or the number of ways you have to count the number of possibilities or distinct possibilities. And sometimes the 2D matrix path questions when you are having like, can you reach at that position, or can you reach from uh, top left to right bottom, collecting maximum things, maximum stones, that kind of such questions. You can use dynamic programming. And yeah, the fourth one is really it is really famous, like choose or skips. Basically, when you're having this Katana algorithm or like that, when you have to choose something, maybe from an array, you have to choose or skip. So you can memorize that in your DP solution. And this longest, shortest, like LCS problems like that. So you can use dynamic programming for that. Then we have tree graphs. In tree graph, basically, most of the questions are around the tree traversal. So there are three traversals like pre-order, in-order, and post-order. And apart from that, this level order traversal is there when you are using a queue. And in the last three, which I said, you are using the stack over there. So mostly the questions are around in tree. Questions are around traversal. In graph also, the questions are around BFS and DFS, depth first search and breadth first search. So you can have that kind of keywords like connected nodes or find ancestors, lowest common ancestors, and shortest path. So you can use tree and graph algorithms over there. Then we have, apart from this, we have binary search. So suppose you have to find first, last, minimum possible, or k the smallest, largest. So you can use binary search, and another keyword will be array will be shorted over there. In that problem, your array will be shorted. So you can use binary search, which runs as log of n, and it will give an optimal solution over there. Um, Greedy is one which comes with a lot of practice, deep and greedy both, which comes with a lot of practice. Like sometimes you have to maximize or minimize or pick the best or the fewest number of or maximum number of. In that kind of cases, you can use greedy algorithm, but again, it will come with a lot of practice. Like greedy is the intuitive one, and you have to figure out with your practice like greedy is working or not. Then we have to jump into DP or YDP like that. For this top k elements, most frequent minimum maximum stream, you can use heap, max heap for minimum heap, which is priority queue also we can say for the heap ones. And in the cycle detection emerging list, reversing the list, you have linked list, but linked list is like it is very specific to some companies, like it is asked in Microsoft. So mostly it won't be asked, but again, it is specific to some companies, and sometimes service-based company can also ask the question of linked list. Then backtracking you can use. It is more of a recursion where you have to find all the combination or generate permutation or like place and queens of varied arrangements over there. So you can use backtracking that. So the strategy is pretty much straightforward. You have to identify the keywords in the problem and you have to match the pattern. Like you can make some notes out of those patterns and you can apply those patterns in your problems and then you can code. Yeah. Then we have like consistency. Yeah. So it doesn't work like you are solving 10 problems a day and then you are gone for a week. Then again you are coming on the Sunday and then you are solving 10 problems. So that won't help because what happens? The in the DSA there are certain patterns and those are in our subconscious mind. So when you are solving the problems on regular basis, it will build momentum and confidence also. And yeah, the intensity wise, it doesn't matter. Consistency will matter a lot, and it will be helping to sometimes memorize the things also. Then you have to understand the patterns and logics behind problems. You don't have to memorize all the things because if you are trying to memorize the questions and answer like that, so it won't help because Nowadays they are like sometimes the product-based companies like Uber, Amazon, they are building their own problems. So they are having that kind of problem which are not existing in the universe. But the pattern, if you are able to find the pattern, it will certainly help you because they are just modifying from a famous pattern of famous problem only. So you should try to understand the patterns. Don't fear the hard problems. Yeah. Initially, the you can solve lead code easy problems you can solve. So it will boost your confidence. Then you can jump to medium, then hard. So it will be a like ladder wise. You shouldn't jump into directly lead code hard kind of things unless and until you are very genius person. So yeah. So again, like if you are jumping into the lead code hard problems directly, it will like demoralize you and demotivating for you. Even in that case, you won't be able to solve the medium questions, which you can solve, which you could solve. And the last point is you just don't have to like you are solving by your method only. You can see some other patterns and other solving methods also, which can be like little verbose or which can be more optimal. Sometimes it happens in lead code. Now you are submitting your solution, and if you are going to discuss section, you can get a better solution or which is running in less space complexity and time complexity. Yeah, then I have attached some important lead code patterns also. Uh, you can see it. Some of them I have already covered, like DFS, BFS, backtracking, and
आपल्याच्या हॉस्पिटल
timers.
कॅन्सल आहे काय
इथं बसायचं असेल तर घेऊन यायचं.
So some of them we have already covered, like binary search or modified binary search, two pointer sliding window, prefix sum. Yeah. Yeah, so that is all of my view. Like, if you have any questions, doubts, like if you are struggling daily in DSA, online assessments, screening rounds, so we can discuss those things.
Bhonesh, have you discussed about time complexity and space complexity? Because that is also something which we everyone needs to focus on while working on these problem statement. Because there are cases when, as you already said, that there are many different approaches. So usually, what people do, they will submit a code, and the time complexity is not that good. So when people will see the other people's code, they will get to know that how they can improvise their code and can write the code in a better time complexity and space complexity.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Uh,
So in time complexity, yeah, anyone was saying?
yeah, Bhuvnesh, one more thing. Just wanted to know basics we know, right? But is there is any YouTube channel, right? For basics, I have followed Manish Kumar and basics I have done right. It's very easy. But if I wanted to, like the topics which you have suggested, right? Do you have any YouTube channel who discuss these problems? Because by directly jumping to the lead code will not be we will not able to solve those questions until unless we have some idea about or background about that particular problem. So there is any resource which you can share?
There is one resource. You can solve like take you forward or 1 second. I will just show you. Basically, the
Meanwhile,
channel is having a driver. So there are some DSA sheets. My screen is visible now.
Yeah, we can.
So there are some DSA sheets of take you forward. So you can solve and track your progress over there. And there is the YouTube channel also of this person only. If you see this, yeah, there is a YouTube channel of this person, Striver. So that is the like best resource because it the person is covering from like you said, it is covering from brute force to better than optimal. So it is going from n square to n log n maybe or O of n like that complexity. So you can use Striver's channel for that.
Okay,
He's
but
he's using which language? Python, C plus, or anything else?
But basically, it is trying to tell the logic first, and then in the solutions you can see different languages over there. If you read this blog, yeah, there we have C++ and Java, and sometimes I guess he is giving into Python also.
Okay.
One more thing, Bhonesh. While having a interview with product-based companies, they gave us the problem. Suppose when we are solving the problems and we go with brute force approach and all, right, we are not able to optimize those codes. So how much this affects the interview, right? Like, is it fine that I have solved the question, or it is important to optimize that code? How much this plays a role?
Good question. For that, what you can do, like you can ask to the interviewer, like, should I go like brute force wise and then I should optimize the solution, or I should directly give you the most optimal solution. You can ask the interviewer, it happens, and they will give you the clarity over there, what they want.
Okay, thank you.
Like if you are planning to appear in Google, so what happens there in 45 minutes you have to solve like two problems generally. So if you are, suppose you are having one problem and you are giving brute force solution, then again a mid solution and then the most optimal, then it will take like 40-45 minutes only in the one problem. So it can be uh, least impressive over there, I can say. So you can just ask to the interviewer, should I give the optimal solution or should I start with brute force?
Okay.
And someone was asking about the that YouTube video, so you can also go through the Aditya Verma's playlist. He won't teach you basic, but he will directly come up like how to solve the problem. He won't he's not giving any lectures on memo, what is that name, memorization something, and how are the things, but he will give you a good idea about how you need to solve the problems. He will expect that you know the basics of dynamic programming. So you can go through those videos as well. Anyone having any other questions?
One more thing. Oh, sorry, but one more thing. Like
Yeah, yeah,
when
sure.
we go with DSA and SQL, Spark, and other things, right? So suppose I started DSA, I'll be good at DSA, right? And
Mhm.
then when I start solving SQL, I forget the SQL part. When I start SQL, I'll be expert in SQL. Then I touch DSA, I am nowhere. So it's difficult to make all the things PySpark, DSA, and SQL all parallelly a good. So how
Yeah,
you
yeah.
manage these particular
Uh,
problems?
yeah, you are correct. Like I am also having this kind of things. I am having DSA, then data modeling, then Kafka I'm reading, and high level I'm reading, and like I started Gen AI also. So there are a lot of things on a plate. But like what I said, in for DSA, for simplifying DSA, you can follow these kind of patterns, and you can solve problems around these patterns. Like there are some people who are saying if you solve this blind 75 also, now it will help you a lot. Like it will cover 80% to 85% things. So yeah, it is difficult to manage, but we have to do it. Like if you want to get into a good product-based company, if you want to get like a good package or in a startup company you want to grow, So we have to do it.
Okay.
And like
So
Bhonesh is already
what?
mentioned that
Yeah,
you need to attempt one question a day. That is enough. The
yeah.
main thing is the
Mm,
consistency. That's all.
right.
For doing one question of Python, sorry,
Mm,
DSA, and one question of SQL, enough.
okay.
You hardly need to spend 1 hour or 2 hour a day total. That's all.
Okay.
Is there a Python channel, Python with DSA channel that teach in Python?
I think Code with Harry you can follow.
Okay.
Code with Harry, he taught in C++ only, DSA thing. So I don't think he has any playlist on Python, DSA with Python.
Geek
And
Heard
one,
for
about.
initials, lucky for initials, right? You can, if you do not know anything about Python, you can follow Code with Harry to learn the Python syntax and all. If you want to go with DSA part, like little typical, you can geek coders are there, so they have a playlist. You can follow that. If you do those questions, you will be get more confidence. And to go more ahead with, we can follow Manish Kumar's YouTube channel. In that 30 question, you can follow it, and then you can go ahead with TUF. That will step by step upgrade yourself.
Abhinav, so Abhinav, can you paste the list of queries? So Abhinav, sorry to interrupt. Abhinav, can you paste the list of few details, right? I think which is insightful. Can you paste it down? Like,
What you
sorry,
want?
I'm
What you
saying
want?
that you shared insightful thoughts, right? So can you paste it down? It will be like memorize everyone can.
I'll definitely put it in the group. I'll put the
Yeah,
playlist in the group.
thank you.
Right.
So
Thank you.
Bhunesh ji, I have some doubt. So actually, I'm working on different technology like which is related to IIBMQ. So I'm currently want to transition to data engineer. Like, so I'm working on it. Like, cloud, I'm learning cloud and so so can you help me regarding the DSA part? Like, should I focus on mostly on DSA in Python, right? Should I follow only drivers, right? I think you whatever.
Actually, language doesn't matter. If you are solving in Java, CPP, Python, that won't be
Ji,
mattering.
ji. See, so we have to understand how the problem is, so how we can able to solve in easy way, right? So that we can able to solve the problem in minimum, like you suggested, right? Like which is like gives idea. Like to be honest, the session helped me to get some idea. I got some idea, and also so I should focus like mostly to solve the 200 best problems, able to help crack the interviews, right? At least
Again,
200 plus
again, again,
problems.
wait. That won't help. Like if you're solving famous 200
Ji,
problems, what I'm saying,
ji,
you have to recognize the patterns. If you are able to cover all kind of patterns in 200 or 100 problem, it
ji,
is okay. Like there will be a person who is solving diverse problems and he will be solving on the based of those
ji,
patterns. He is able to solve like in 70 to 80 problems, he is able to find those patterns. So
ji.
the probability of cracking the round will be higher of that person than you. If you are solving 200 problems and you are covering 50% of patterns only,
Okay. Yes,
that
G.
is the
Yes,
point.
yeah, I think you suggested as a valid point, G. So I should cover all the patterns so that I can able to analyze the question, able to give the I can write the code so that I can pass the DS around. I think you suggested like one of the best ways, G. Like no, honestly, like, I can follow that. So for like DSA, I should follow the strivers, right? DSA chart.
You are watching the Strivers video. It is okay, but make sure that you are implementing those codes and submitting those codes also on lead code. Well, you are just not watching like Netflix that channel.
Yeah.
That is my point.
Yes. Yes, yeah, I think you suggested us like one of the best way to how to crack, like how to implement, how we can able to find it out. I think your suggestion is very helpful, Ji. Like thank you. I
Thank
got
you.
it.
All right. Any other questions?
Shivang, you want to
Abhinav,
add anything?
Yes, Virender?
yeah, I have a question with Abhinav. Like, how much oftenly they ask to write a like optimized join code like for merge sort or shuffle hash join like that in Spark?
Like for if for DSA point of view, Bhomesh can tell you more. But if I talk about Spark joins and all, I don't think they ask much about the Spark. They just like mostly what they ask you, they give you SQL question, and once you solve it in a SQL, they will try to tell you to convert it into PySpark. And in that Spike Park, I have never seen nobody's telling me to optimize that because every person has different kind of approaches, right? In that, they will never see you. But for Python optimization and part, that Bhumesh can tell you more.
Yeah, just one pointer I want to add. So I faced the same with air in the interview. So the interviewer want me the question that these are the transformation you are writing. You have to write. So I wrote them in data frame API. Then he asked me what can be removed from it and how many numbers of job stages will be there and how can we reduce that. Also, broadcast join. People ask to write the basically syntax and which file you be broadcasting, what is the limit. Those type of questions are there, but generally, if you're writing something in SQL, they are good with it. They just want you to
That
convert it to other API.
Yeah, they basically focus. This comes into optimization part. Basically, they focus on this particular part, right? But for problem solving part, mostly they doesn't cover. And most of what I have seen, SCD type two, in my most of the interviews, I have seen people writing the SCD code. You will explain SCD type two. They will tell you to write a code for it. But it's a little bit lengthy process, lengthy one. So even though if you complete 50%, they will say, okay, fine, we'll go ahead. So this is my experience.
Thank you.
Yeah, so hi everybody, Shivang this side. Pardon me if there is some background noise, I'm just outside. Wanted to add few points regarding the DSA Vaya part. So one thing is, see, there is two part of a DSA, right? If you are in a third year or fourth year, and someone is asking you where to start from, so the best thing that I can suggest is go with the 450, 500 questions, and once you are okay with that, no one can stop you, right? Before interview, you just have to go and check out the solutions and just implement this so that you can get a confidence again. But if that is not the case, since we are bounded by the time and the resource constraint as well, right? So I think for that, you can whatever the Bhunesh has suggested in a structured fashion. Do not try to chase a number of problems, try to chase the number of patterns, right? Where you can see ki, hey, as soon as the question has been put up like this, ki, suppose maximum substring or something like that, it may come to your mind. It can be solved using a dynamic problem or a two pointer approach, like that only. So you can have it. And one more thing, you can always create your short notes before going to the interview. Always go through them so that you can get a fresh approach out of your mind. So yeah, just my perspective on this.
Bhunesh, one more question. Like while solving any problem, when I am solving it at my home, it took me more time as expected, right? We expecting it to solve certain problem, the SQL, DSA, or any kind of PySpark. We are expecting to do it in 15 minutes, right? So, but when I'm doing it when like home, it took me half an hour, even sometimes hours. So how I can like reduce this time because uh, I wanted to prepare myself for the interviews, but in this way I can't do it. How you do it and how you solve this particular issue?
Yeah, first, for optimizing your time, you can do majorly two things. One is the practice. The more you will practice, the more it will coming into your subconscious mind, and the solutions will be coming out. Second thing, you can make short notes, and you can revise those notes again and again. So these are the two approaches you can follow to optimize the time. And in general, our target should be like in 45 minutes, you should be able to solve one easy plus one hard or two medium questions in DSA.
Okay.
So once you solve around 50, 60 questions, you will get to see there are some repetitive questions that are coming up now. And you may feel confident, right? Now I can give it a shot at this question. So this will really help you to implement it, right? Suppose you might have implemented the yellow order traverse in a tree, right? Now someone asks you to do a BSS in a graph, right? Where you need to find the shortest path or something like that. So you just see that there is just simple change of condition. The whole intuitions behind the logic remains the same. Same goes for the DP. If you are okay with regression and you are top-down approach, you can just do a memorization table. So I think 50, 60 questions post that you will get a confidence and you will also get an approach out of your mind. Happened to me as well. I was taking more time and just to try the questions to think them aloud. And so by doing this, once I'm done with the 70, 80 problems, I felt like the few of the patterns are kept repeating again and again. So, yeah.
Any other questions? All right then. Thank you, Bhonesh, for taking this session.
Yeah, if anyone has any question, please ask without hesitation.
गणेश हेलो
Yeah, yeah.
हाँ वो बोले जो ब्लाइंड 75 का जो इसका ड्राइवर का सीट है अगर किसी का पहले से अच्छे प्रैक्टिस हो अगर ये 75 क्वेश्चंस का अगर ये अभी सारा प्रैक्टिस कर ले तो कितनी प्रोबेबिलिटी है कि डाटा इंजीनियरिंग वाले इंटरव्यू में वो क्वेश्चंस कर देंगे अगर वो इंटरव्यूअर पूछ रहे हैं तो
Okay. I'm not sure in blind 75 how much like how many number of patterns are covered. So basically that I have to check and you can also check.
नो ओके तो आपके पास कोई ऐसा शॉर्ट नोट्स है जहाँ पे आपने ऐसा कुछ ये सारा पैटर्न्स का कुछ समराइजेशन कर रखा और वो आपको बहुत हेल्प किया हो क्योंकि आपने तो बहुत सारे कंपनी चेंज किए इंटरव्यू वगैरह दे रखे हो
Yeah, I have some rough notes. I will maybe sending you. You can ping me. I will send you.
ओके ओके दैट वुड बी वेरी हेल्पफुल
Yeah.
और एनी लाइक कोई प्रीवियस कंपनी में जैसे कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछे जो आपके मिस हो गए हों उस सब थोड़ा बता दीजिएगा
Okay. Okay, I will share those.
कोई पैटर्न हो जैसे हमने पहले से तैयारी कर रखे हो और ये सब कुछ मिस हो गया और फिर बाद में आपने कुछ ऐड ऑन करके रखे हो ऐसा कुछ
Okay, okay. You can ping me.
हाँ श्योर
Oh yeah, thank you guys. If you don't have any doubts, we can close the session.
Okay. Thank you, Bhonesh.
Thanks, Bhonesh. Thanks, Lucky.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Bhonesh. Thank you, Lucky.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bhonesh.
थैंक यू गाइस